So in this video, we're going to demonstrate how a UX component that is running in a PhoneGap shell can use the PhoneGap image picker library to pick multiple images from the image library at once, rather than having to use the camera and select one image at a time. So in this demonstration here, you can see this is a UX component running on an iPad, and we have two lists, a parent list over here, and then in the child list we basically have images that belong to the parent record. So the goal of this application is to be able to pick as many images as we want from the image library and associate those images with the current record in the parent component. So let's go here now and demonstrate this working, and then go back and explain how it was built. So I'm going to go ahead now and click this button, Get Images from Library, and that's going to use the PhoneGap Image Picker plugin to let me pick images from my library. So I'll go there and open up the library, and I'll go there and choose, say, 4 different images from the library, and then click the Done button. So when I click the Done button here, you can see that what happened was this row's gone dirty. The parent row has gone dirty because the child table now has images in it. So basically, there's the first image that we selected, and we can see it over there. There's the second image now over there. There's the third image, and there's the fourth image. So now when I go ahead and also let me just point out that at this point in time, let's go and take a look at the data inside the actually I can't get it over the so let me just drop that down there, and we'll go over here, and we'll see that the child table currently has no records in it. So let's bring the reflector up again. So now we're looking again at the PhoneGap application running on the iPad, and now I'm going to go ahead and click the Synchronize button. So when I click the Synchronize button, you can see the progress bar over there. So that progress bar is the progress while the images were being uploaded to Amazon S3 storage, and now after those images were uploaded, we did a synchronize, and now we've added 4 new rows to the child table. So if I go back now and look at that child table, let's go here and click the refresh button, we can see that 4 new rows were added because we selected 4 images from the image library. Those images were uploaded to Amazon S3 storage, and then the new records were added to the database. So basically what we've done in this demonstration so far is show how we can select multiple images from the image library using the PhoneGap image picker plugin, and then synchronize the data to Amazon S3 storage for the images, and then to the SQL database for the rest of the data. So let's pause now and pick this up in the next video, where we'll go behind the scenes and see how this component was built. So we're continuing our discussion now on how to use the PhoneGap image picker plugin to select multiple images at once from the photo library on the phone. So the first thing that I want to point out is that when you actually go ahead and build the PhoneGap application, you're going to need to make sure that the image picker plugin has been included in the list of plugins that are required. You're also going to need the file transfer plugin if you're going to be uploading data. Well, actually, you'll need it regardless. So you'll need the file plugin, the file transfer plugin, and you can see that I've chosen several other plugins as well, but it's critical that you choose the file transfer and image capture plugins. So let's go now and take a look at the actual component to see what's going on inside that component. So I'm going to go here, and here's my component. So you can see that the component has 2 lists, a parent list and a child list. So the child list has been set to prefetch data. So if we go look at the data here, we can see that it's got a parent list and that we're prefetching the data. So this child list is the list that contains the names of all of the images, and the images are stored here. You can see inside a character field called image car. So when we go now to the parent list, we can see that the parent list has been configured so that this list, so the parent list and all of its children, are configured to upload images to Amazon S3. So I'll go here to Detail View, scroll down to Media and Other Linked Files, and I can see here that we basically are uploading to S3. Here's our S3 connection string, and we've turned on the ability to display progress, and we've also specified that when this component is loaded, that any referenced files need to be downloaded from the remote servers to the file system on the phone and stored in a folder called underbar AA files. So the key point here is that we've specified that uploads are going to Amazon S3. They could also go to the Alpha server, but it's always a good idea to upload your media files to S3 because it offloads a lot of work from the Alpha server onto Amazon servers. So the next thing that I want to point out is that the actual Get Images button here, which is the button that we click to retrieve or to select images from the phone's image library. When we click that button, we're just calling a local JavaScript function called Get Images, and then let's go and take a look at Get Images. So here's Get Images, and basically Get Images is calling the image picker function. So this is the JavaScript function that was made available because we have the image picker plugin loaded. So this particular, the image picker basically has a method called Get Pictures, and when you click this, when you invoke this function, it opens up the image library and allows you to pick as many pictures as you want, and then after you've clicked the OK button, the success or fail function gets called and a settings object gets passed in. So you can see here that our settings object simply sets the width to 800 pixels. So you can basically find all the documentation for the image picker by doing a Google search on the PhoneGap image picker plugin, and then if the selection of images was successful, you can see that the success function gets called, and here's the success function. So let's pause now and pick this up in the next video while we discuss the success function. So we're continuing now with our discussion on how to use the image picker plugin in a PhoneGap application. And we're talking about the success function that gets called after you've selected images from the image library. So the success function gets a single argument called results, which is an array with the file name of each image that was selected. So you can see that after we've gotten results, we basically have a loop now that's going to loop over every entry in results. So we basically get results.length, which is the number of images that were selected, and then basically the first image that was selected will be results 1, the second will be actually results 0, since it's a 0-based array, then results 1, then results 2, etc. And then in order to write this data into the child table, we're going to use the add table row method. So you can see that what we're doing here is we're creating an empty object called underbar D. Then we're setting the image character property of underbar D to the name, to the file name of the image that was selected. Then we're getting a pointer to the child list, and then we're calling the add table row method. So this is basically going to add a new row to the child table for each image that was selected. So just temporarily, if we go back to this child list here, we can see that in the list properties that we have a field called image character, but we've indicated that this is an image field. So normally, well, not normally, but in many cases, the images are stored in binary fields, and so Alpha can assume that the control type for a binary field would be image. But in this case, the control type here is a character field because we're storing the file name of the image, and not the actual binary data of the image. So we need to explicitly, Alpha can't infer that this character field is an image, so we need to specifically set its control here, its control type here to image. So after we click this button, after we click the Get Images button and then select the images, we will have added new rows to the child list that contain the file names of all of the images that were selected. And then when we press the Synchronize button, those images are going to be uploaded to S3 because we specifically said here that all images for the parent list and all of its child lists need to be uploaded to S3. So that's what that's how we configured the list so that those selected images got uploaded to S3. And then when we clicked the Synchronize button, new records were added to the child list that linking multiple images that had been taken previously and were in the image library on the phone to the selected parent record in the first list. So what we've demonstrated in this video here is how you can use the Image Picker PhoneGap plugin to select multiple images at once, add those images to a list control, and then upload the images to either S3 storage or the Alpha server before the data are synchronized. So this is a great way to basically capture multiple images at once and associate them with a particular parent record. Thanks very much for watching.